Because in this kingdom, as you walk with God, you are going to find out there are 3 gateways through which God gives. Number 1 is his love. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Whoever believeth in him will not perish but have everlasting life. Love provokes it. Number 2 is obligation. Because God is our Father. So anything we don't access because of love, we may access because it's obligatory. As a father, he's a responsible father. The Bible teaching in Matthew 7:7-8. It says, ask, you will receive. Seek, you will find. Knock, the door will be open. Why? Whoever asketh, receiveth. Whoever seeketh, findeth. Whoever knocketh, the door will be open. Why? Because we have a heavenly Father. Is he as wicked as our earthly parents are? Are we going to ask them for bread and they give us stone? Or ask them for fish and they give us serpent? Our heavenly Father is more predisposed to giving us the kingdom. So there are things God gives based on his obligation as your father. There are things he gives based on his obligation as your creator. So when you come into the world he created you into, there are things he makes available. But there are other things that are entrustments. And those ones are sacred things. You must demonstrate certain levels of maturity through consecration for God to entrust it. That's why the heir, so long as he's a child, is considered a servant. So consecration is the second thing that provokes access to divine blessings. And then number 3 is virtue and character. There are some things that if you have not built virtue, is a risk to give you. To walk in the fullness of the gifts of the Spirit, you must develop the fruits of the Spirit. Otherwise, there are levels you can't go to. Because you will bring reproach to the name of God. Did you not read what Paul said? Give not authority, position, leadership, access to a novice. He said he will fall into the condemnation of the devil. So there are things that God can't give you if you have not developed virtue. You will either use it to destroy his children or mitigate against the advancement of his kingdom, or you will bring reproach to the name of the Lord. That's why the Bible keeps emphasizing the fruits of the Spirit. In fact, Paul was teaching in 1 Corinthians 13 from verse 1-5. It says, nothing you have outside of virtue profits you. Because it summarized virtue as love. Nothing you have. That means if you don't have anything that virtue sanctions, it was a waste. Let's read it. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become as a sounding brass and a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy, understand all mysteries, all knowledge, and I have faith that remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing. So you have not received anything from God, neither are you anything before God if you don't have virtue. Verse 3, and though I bestow my goods to feed the poor, though I give my body to be burned, and have no charity, that's love now, it profits me nothing. So you have not profited anything from God. You are nothing before God if you don't have virtue. Because love is not a feeling. If you read down from verse 5, it gave you different attributes of love. And if you go to Galatians 5:22 and 23, you're also going to see attributes of love. The whole sum of virtue is defined as love. From kindness to patience to temperance to meekness, all of it is called love. Because it's not called the fruits of the Spirit. It's called the fruit of the Spirit. It's a meekness, temperance. Go back to verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. And then you continue from 1 Corinthians 13, from verse 5 to 13. So there are things God won't give you unless you have virtue. Otherwise, it's a risk. And those who force their way into scratching into some of those things are eventually aided by Satan. Because that people are prophesying does not mean it's God. Even Satan has the ability to see your name. That people are doing miracles does not mean it's God. Satan can do lying wonders. That's why we sanction blessings through the gateway of virtue. If we have not seen virtue, that grace, that manifestation, that possession is questionable. Because it's not only God that blesses. The only difference is that the blessings of God added no sorrow. Satan also blesses. There are many people prophesying by divination. There are many people casting out devils by exorcism, cooperating with Satan. And you will trace the foundation of that manifestation in their virtues. When you see unnecessary arrogance, unnecessary flashiness and vanity, you know that something else is pushing these people. You see unnecessary hype. You know this thing. See, there is a decorum of the spirit, sir. The Bible is replete. They said the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning, so that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures will find hope. We have seen apostles in the Bible. If the ones now don't resemble them, another spirit is piping them. We have seen prophets in the Bible. It's not our generation that started having prophets. So it doesn't matter how popular you are. We have seen teachers in the Bible. We have seen priests in the Bible. And there is always the place of revelation, consecration, and virtue or character. If these three things are not there, most likely God is not there. And this is not a matter of argument. These are truths that can never be shaken. In fact, if you are troubled and you want to argue, it shows that something is wrong with you. Because anybody that is of the truth knows the truth when he hears it. And the Bible says you can do nothing against the truth but for the truth. There's nothing you can do against the truth. Because the truth will outlive all of us.